Hell yeah. And I got no problems getting women. That's not a problem for me. You know? Not bragging, boasting, but it is what it is. But anyway, brothers and sisters, the power of prayer, the power of prayer. The power of prayer, man. Can't beat it. Pray in the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. You send up your prayer and walk away knowing your prayer is going to be answered. That's how you do it. That's called faith. All right? That's called faith. And what was the other topic? Oh, diet.
All right. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh, B'Shem Yahweh Shai, B'Shem Ruach Kodash. Double honor to the apostles, bishops, elders, Great Millstone. And it's going to be a super short video. I was listening to this earlier this afternoon, and I got to this part right here that I just played. And it you know, resonated, you know, with the spirit, because that's what is one of the key factors, and that's something that I am learning and trying to incorporate is you know, not getting your head, you know, not letting, you know, demons and stuff mess with you, you know, because we all get that time, you know, the spirit of doubt, and, you know, you feel like the Most High is not dealing with you and stuff like that, you know, the typical stuff, you know. And, you know, when you're getting ready to let's say transition to, you know, to the next stage of life, or to whatever the case may be, and you don't know how you're going to get there, how is it going to happen, you know, prayer is, like he was saying, it's one of the most important things that we need to do. But not only just the praying aspect of it, it's believing with all reason, believing in the things that you're asking for, that you're going to receive. Because if you just, you know, like I said, I'm speaking to myself, into something I'm learning, and, you know, trying to incorporate and do more, is not having doubt about the things that you ask for, that you're going to receive them. Because that's, like he said, that's where faith, right? And, you know, just listening to the apostle, you know, lifts up, you know, my spirit a little bit. And I know many other brothers, you know, because, you know, I can tell that the Apostle Gabar, you know, when he sends up prayers and stuff like that, I can tell that he knows, you know, that, you know, he has that spirit of not doubting. He doesn't have the spirit of doubt. He knows that his prayer and prayers are going to get answered, especially if you're doing it in the proper names, right? And you're doing the right thing, and then you're asking for something of well reason. Obviously, you talking about praying the Most High for 20 women and 18 Lamborghinis and doing mansions and doing all that shit. You know, you know, Jake will do stuff like that. But you're asking stuff of well reason, then you know, you may not get it when you want it, but believing that you're going to receive those things in the time where you're ready for it, depending on like what it is that you're asking, then you know the Lord is going to give them to you. He's going to give you what you need, right? And you might get wants here and there, but this is about what we need, not really what the wants. Because obviously the wants is all really flesh, man, for the most part. But the stuff that we need, you know, that's the stuff that we need to be asking for. And that's, you know, speaking to myself, like I said first, that's the stuff that you have to start to go within, meditate on, you know, talk to the Lord, talk to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, and figure out what it is, and have the Most High guide you to what it is that you need, and help you get to the position of what you're asking for. But the key part is believing that you're going to get it. Because anybody, you can pray 100 times a day, but if you just praying and not believing the Lord's not going to do anything for you, then what's the point? All right, and that's what I know he said it. I think he said it either earlier or near the end of the video. And it was probably near the beginning, because the end part is he's talking about diet. But I think he did mention prayer, a small bit of it, for like a couple seconds again at the end. Like I said, I watched it earlier. I really don't remember all too well, but that's something that is very important. I got the scripture on it. I'm going to get that actually. Got the scripture on that. This is Matthew 21, and we'll start at 18. It says, the barren fig tree. It says, now in the morning, as he returned into the city, he hungered. And when he saw a fig tree in the way, he came to it and found nothing thereon, but leaves only, and said unto it, let no fruit grow on thee henceforward forever. And presently the fig tree withered away. And when the disciples saw it, they marveled, saying, how soon is the fig tree withered away? It says, Yahushua answered and said unto them, verily I say unto you, if ye have faith and doubt not, ye shall not only do this which is done to the fig tree, but also if ye shall say unto this mountain, be thou removed, and thou be cast into the sea, it says, it shall be done. In all things whatsoever ye shall ask in prayer, believing, ye shall receive. You see, doubt not and believe. You see, that's what's important. Not doubting that you're not going to get those things, but believe that you're going to get the things whereon you're praying for, to get those things that you're praying for, but that you're going to receive them in due time when it's ready for you to receive those things. And like I said, that's something that I'm working on, is, you know, praying, but believe that you're going to get those things whereon you pray for. Because we're obviously, we're all in the flesh. We all have doubts, you know. Satan tempts us, and spirits get on you, and thoughts pop in your head, and just, you know, we in these sinful bodies, man. So it's easy for doubt to come in. It's easy for unbelief and not believing, and it's easy for that stuff to creep in, right? And that's why prayer is important, because we have to keep our mind and eyes right on the prize, pretty much. Keep your eye on the prize. What they told us in baseball, they said keep your eye on the ball. You know, yeah, keep your eye on the prize, man. And we understand, to get to that prize, it's going to be a fight. And that's where prayer comes in, is because prayer, you know, you talking to the Lord, you know, is going to help you continue on that fight. So I know one of the things that he was talking about, the elder apostle Babar, what he was talking about in the video was pray for, endurance, faith, more wisdom, things like that, because that's the stuff that we need. That's the stuff that's going to get us through the times. That's going to get us, through, the things that we need to get through. Financials, health, all those things. And you just can't doubt, because it talks about having the faith of, the grain of a mustard seed. So that's just what's important. And it was just a small message. But, when I was listening to the video, that his scripture, this is a scripture that popped in my head. I was like, I just want to, just say something on it. Because, it, like I said, I was just inclined to. It just felt like, I was like, it's a scripture that immediately popped in my head. And, I'm glad I listened to that video, because it's just, this, and we know it's a fight, man. It's a battle. But then also, in knowing that it's a battle, you understand that, let me get the scripture actually. Then we are able. I believe it's in Corinthians. Here it is. It is 1 Corinthians 10 and 13. It says, "There hath no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man." It says, "But the Most High is faithful." It says, "Who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able." It says, "But will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it." And that's something you have to keep in mind. Everybody's going through their own personalized hell. Everybody. But just know, no matter how bad it may seem, or how terrible it is, you're able to bear it. And that's also when this comes in, listening to this scripture also comes into the doubt, not in believing, because sometimes it may seem like that you have too much on your plate, that you don't know how you're going to get through that situation. But this is also where the no doubt and believing comes in, because you have to understand that what did we just read? That you're not going to be tempted anything above that you are not able to bear. So no matter how bad it may seem, you can deal with it. You can bear it. And through that, the Most High is gonna make a way for you to get out. Because He's the one that put you in it. So that's all I wanted to talk about. That's all I wanted to say. So hope you guys were edifying. And I hope you get some out of it. I hope you got some out of it. I want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua. Shalom.